enjoying listening to these and knowing what happened. Are we ready to start?
Ready.
All right. When we last left our heroes, you had already freed one city from the giants, and you were going to Silvery Moon. You'd been informed by your friend the Silver Dragon that 4 days hence there would be a two sacrifices of two elves, and if one of them came off, things would be really bad. If both of them happened, they would be even worse. So you met up with your sometime allies, the Bregendarth, and you agreed that Bregendarth would go underground to Menzoberranzan, the Drow city, and try to rescue Drist, who is the intended sacrifice victim there. And the octopodemos would go to Silvery Moon and rescue Ledufius, Khalifa's father, who is the intended sacrifice victim there. You looking to get information, you went to a different part of town, camped out in a bookstore, and ambushed a set of 9 drow. And at the end of that battle, I believe 2 of them were dead inside the bookstore, 3 of them were dead on the street, and 4 of them were captured, including the 2 officers and 2 of the soldier types. And that's where we left it.
He sure did.
So, I'd like to spend a little bit of time, or actually, I'll just spend my one instant cast ritual to create the telepathic bond amongst ourselves, so that we can talk while we interrogate them, and I'll telepathically. Well, someone else thought of it last week, but then I'll mention to people that we should try to separate them while we interrogate them.
That lasts for an hour, right?
Yeah, wouldn't this make sense to move us and the prisoners someplace that's not smack in the middle of a drought-infested city?
Yeah, let's move into the bookstore and talk to them in there. Are you thinking getting them out of the city?
I was thinking maybe teleporting somewhere. No. All right.
Or just to the library, just not where we left a bunch of bodies.
Well, see, I was thinking that there's a chance we might release some of them rather than kill them all afterward. And I didn't want them to know where the library was, since that's the one place that we can teleport to safely. So I think we interrogate them in the bookstore here, and then we teleport ourselves out of there, leaving any there to go and, either tell the tale or promise to leave town, etc.
I say we take them into the bookstore, blindfold them, tell them we're taking them to the library, walk out to the square, spin them around a lot, and walk them back into the bookstore.
I think we should.
Or if you wanted to teleport somewhere, we could teleport to a completely different city where they're away from their resources, and then we could teleport back to the library safely without them knowing about the library.
I'm with you to say strike while the iron is hot. I'll go out in the square and start moving the bodies, so we're not leaving a bunch of bodies in the square.
That's what I was thinking. We could call Mr. Wolf and have him take care of that, and then
the cleaner. The cleaner.
I saw a pig barn close by. I'll take him over to the pig barn, and you guys just the interrogation.
Mr. Woo's pigs will take care of them.
Yep. So I say start interrogating them. Ahora.
I'm gonna help Breezy move the bodies. Who has the ring of earth moving or whatever it is?
So wait, so 1 second. When when we leveled up, I got a pretty cool spell that is called Guards and Wards.
Ooh.
And so we could, for 24 hours, I can create a ward that protects up to a 2,500 square feet area of floor space. The warded area can be up to 20 feet tall. You can specify any individuals that are unaffected by any or all of the effects you choose, so we can come and go as we please. But any bad guys would, any bad guys, all doors in the warded area are magically locked. In addition, you can cover up to 10 doors with an illusion to make them appear as plain sections of wall. We can put, I can basically put a suggestion in one location. So if somebody did enter through one of those doors, it would suggest, well, I guess against the drow, it might not be so effective, but it would suggest to them, for example, that they should leave or fight others off or something like that, or go sit in the corner, stinking cloud. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. So basically we could do our business inside this place. And we've got 24 hours.
That could work.
Cool.
Yes, I do have an intimidation bonus of 11.
Are you threatening to play at them or something?
Well, I also
Speak.
have a persuasion. I also have persuasion of 11.
Well, I think so. We've got a couple of people that volunteered to clean up the bodies and make it less obvious that a major battle just went down in the square. And the other 6 or 5 of us are in the bookstore with these 4. And if Neil wards it against anyone,
Wait, you're in the
being able to-
bookstore already?
yeah, it was just
Isn't
like
that where we were?
we were just in the square right outside the bookstore,
Oh,
not the library.
I will say, yeah, I'll say, as you were moving them into the bookstore, Schmax, you noticed, so the 2 officers, there was the one that surrendered to Khalifa, and there was the one that Brambrek and Thrax caught.
Mhm.
And Schmax, while you're working with the other soldiers, you notice that the one that Brambrex and Thrax caught is doing something funny with his foot.
He's doing something funny with his foot.
Yeah. Some sort of foot movement that's suspicious.
Sounds like a,
Khalifa, can he be casting some sort of spell with his foot? Is that possible?
Oh,
Do we need to
do I-
bind his feet?
Thrax, it sounds
Yes.
like a pedectomy.
We can do that. There's an axe handy.
Right.
yeah,
Wait, we're like off
do I
for a
recognize it
second.
as the components of some spell?
No, he's well, I don't, I mean, once Schmax points this out, he's stopped.
Well, I guess we got
Was
to
it in
bind their
Morse
feet up
code?
then.
Like, was he tapping something out? Is there in a rhythm that Neil recognized?
Schmax was the only one who was aware of it.
Ah, okay.
I was the only one who saw it. So what did I see, Jay? What was he doing?
I guess
Was he
let's
just
bind
like,
their feet too.
He was,
Was he
moving
just
his,
something?
he was moving his foot in some sort of deliberate a deliberate way, I'll say.
Yeah, nail it to the floor, no problem.
well, it sounds we got to tie up their feet.
I'd like to do a medicine check and create a splint to immobilize his foot.
Okay, sure. You take things that are handy with you and you wrap up his feet. You notice that the foot that Schmack said was odd, the heel's sort of worn down and there's a nail head sticking out of the heel.
Ow.
His shoe?
His
Or
shoe.
barefoot.
His shoe.
Oh, out
a
of his
soldier.
shoe. So okay, so maybe he's got something hidden in his shoe. So
Or
we
it
didn't
could
do.
be
Did we do any kind of search of these guys? We need to
I-
search them all, don't we?
I think it was kind of like a Morse code thing. Maybe he was like tapping something out for his buddies under the ground to hear. That's what I think.
Well, Jay, you said that
Um,
there was a nail. There was a
uh,
nail sticking out of the heel a little. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we should take his shoes
Schmax,
off then.
Schmax, give me an investigation check.
Investigation. I'm a -1. That's weird. What I roll? 15. That's pretty good. for
Okay.
-1.
You do notice where he was standing when you saw him making this move. There are 8 lines scraped into the brick that he was standing on.
Oh. So
I'll,
he's telling on us.
I'll use a mending spell to like repair those bricks and essentially erase his markings.
Okay.
Yeah, we should. Have we searched these guys? Have we searched them?
Let's search the guys.
Yeah, I mean, you took their weapons.
Yes,
Yeah.
but let's search them.
Yeah, there's daggers hidden in boots and things like that, but like the the leg part of the boot, but nothing beyond that.
Anything that seems like they could communicate with someone, any like magical sending stones or scrolls of sending or anything like that.
No,
More
not
than
enough
4
nitrogen.
ounces of liquid, breast milk excluded.
No flares or anything.
Nope.
No blades greater than a ½ inch long. No nail clippers. All right. So what are we doing? We hauled them inside.
Yeah.
Okay. So this just describe, this is your favorite bookstore, Khalifa, or at least it makes the top 10 list. So describe the store to me.
You know, it's very neat and organized. It's got a very rich history section that's subdivided in basically.
I mean, how
like
many floors is it? How big is it?
Oh, it's actually very small. It's a two-story place, and then the people that operate it live on the second story, or at least they did before the place was taken over. There's a basement too, since since they live here, they have to keep some of their food stuff down in the cellar, and of course they have a lot of their inventory excess is up either in their living quarters or downstairs in the basement. But the store itself is mostly the first floor.
You've got the live prisoners inside. You buried or somehow disposed of the bodies that were outside, right?
Mhm.
I left that up to Breezy.
Okay. What about like the blood stains and stuff?
I guess we just left that.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be looking around, like, is there
That's what
sand?
I was asking about, who has the ring of?
Don't we have the endless geyser? Don't we have the endless geyser of water?
Yeah, sure. I'll let someone use that while we go inside. That way they can just hose it all
Right.
down.
Yeah, I'll hose it down.
All right.
That won't be. Aren't we in midsummer? Does it?
It'll
is it not-
evaporate.
Okay.
So once we get them inside, maybe we should split them up and try to question them individually.
And that's why I was asking how big it is. I don't know how split up they can be.
Yeah, a few different.
we've got
floors.
we've got a basement, we've got a upper floor. Now, I believe one of you, Drow, said that they were not willing to help. Who was that again?
That was the same guy that Drax and Brambrat caught that was that scraped the 8 lines in the bricks.
Okay, and so
He said,
I think-
we're all Drow soldiers. None of us are going to help you.
well, then certainly you're right to do so. However, I think that helping us is the one way that we can move forward with our compact to treat you fairly. So if you're not willing to help, then you're of no further use, and we can't very well have you.
He spits in your face, or towards you. At least I don't know how close you are.
I guess I was close enough that maybe it hit.
So I come up to him and step on his foot, and I look up at him and I say, "You sit down and shut up, you bastard."
All right, you're very intimidating.
You want me to roll an intimidation check?
Yes, I do.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Does the ward prevent people from finding us in this bookstore?
Yeah, not that I can tell. That's my concern from reading the guards and wards is.
All right, then I'm going to post up
Well,
outside as a lookout.
Well, you can. Well, the door's effectively locked, right? I mean, you should like hide on the ceiling. You should hide on the roof or something.
All right, I can do that.
Yeah, I rolled a 27.
Okay. He's intimidated. I don't know what you want him to do.
I don't know.
Stop spitting on your friends.
That he spit in Khalifa's face.
All right. All right. So yeah, I mean,
Khalifa, what were you trying to get him to do? Talk to us?
I think that any of them that don't agree to help we can ask them what their favorite way to die would be, and we can grant them that. I did tell the other one, and I'll gesture to the other one that surrendered to me that he'd be treated fairly.
Start cooperating.
Right. So, Mr.
the other one
unhelpful.
also says you're not going to get any information from us, but those of you who are especially perceptive know that his audience for that statement may be his fellow soldiers.
Yeah.
He's not quite as convincing.
All right. Well, I'll look to my burlier comrades and of course, if we're sure that these gentlemen are bound, Thrax, why don't you take this one down to the basement, and Brambrek, if you'd be so kind as to escort this other gentleman to the upstairs living area, we'll split the rest of us to assist with the other two. So
Jay,
I think
Are we taking the two captains?
I think
or
the
two-
officers are the ones that we should interrogate, and then the other two can just be left here on the middle floor.
Okay.
So as they're being split up, I want to cast detect thoughts on the more cooperative officer.
And why don't you follow him? Why don't you go and do that interrogation with him? Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So-
You cast detect thoughts on him, and he's conflicted. He's thinking maybe they can help me, or maybe they're useless. He's trying to think of what he can get out of this, and that maybe you have something in common.
I'm gonna send a group thought to people to say, should we let them know we already know the sacrifice is coming? And that we're
Perhaps we can get more information if we don't let them know that.
I'm wondering if we let them know, then we can get them to share more about it, assuming we already know pieces of it.
Perhaps that does make sense. Yeah, I'd be in favor of that, but just let them know individually now that we've split them up. So who's with the cooperative one? I guess Neil, and is it Brambrek then?
Sure, we went upstairs.
All right. So I'll think back to see if you can by letting him know what we do know, see if you can get any additional information. And then we'll have then we can have Neil come back down to the other less cooperative guy and pretend like he learned more from the other guy or something. Do the old in between.
Oh, yeah.
sort of move.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, despite my humorous bloodthirstiness, I'm actually going to, humorous to me at least, I'm going to keep an eye on the square and just make sure that if there are other patrols, that we don't seem to have attracted attention or anything like that.
Okay.
So just to be clear, are there any windows or other doors? Is it just one door on this building?
There are a couple windows. Yeah, there are windows on the side and the front. Yeah.
Aren't
Okay.
the windows obscured by fog though because of his spell, or no?
I'm not sure.
Of the darkness?
No, the guards
he's
and
got the
wards.
guards and wards.
Well, can they be covered by make it look like there are not windows?
With the guards and wards spell, or
Yeah. So the effect on the doors, so you can cover up to 10 doors with an illusion to make them appear as plain sections of wall.
oh yeah, you can cover up the. So it looks like one of those businesses that just has a door and no windows.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
And the door is sealed by the arcane lock.
Does it say like girls or across the top or something?
No, it just says adult bookstore. That's all.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, just
Just word the word
It
adult.
says
It was
adult.
already there. Mhm.
Yeah, it's a bookstore, just adult above there.
Right. So I think every 10 minutes I'm going to have one of y'all roll a d8, and that's going to determine if you get an 8, that means somebody comes by. But I'll say we're not there yet. You're splitting them up. So you're taking a little bit cooperative one up to the second floor, and the uncooperative officer to the basement, and the 2 soldiers staying on the first floor. Is that it? Okay.
And who is staying with the 2 soldiers? Because we've
Max and Ariel, I guess.
Sure.
Max and Ariel.
I'm staying on the main floor just to watch
Okay.
as well. Although I'm not,
Okay.
spending my time focused on the prisoners.
And who's in the basement?
I'll,
with Rex?
I'll go to the basement with Thrax to be down there, and I'll question that one briefly, but then I'll let Neil be the heavy for later. So I'll let you guys start upstairs if you want.
2 foot heavy. It's a good
Yeah,
rapper name.
so with the guy
That's a good
upstairs, we haven't really
So
talked to him much.
Khalifa, give me an investigation check.
All right. Skills. $15.
Okay. You did notice that they have the 2 officers have similar uniforms, but they each had a different symbol on them. And from what you know about the drow, it's representing the house that they belong to, the matriarchal house. You don't know which is which or what they mean, but you do know that
But they're different houses.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll use that to our advantage. I'll say that. I'll think that to Neil as well. I'll say it appears they have different markings and come from different houses. Perhaps their competitiveness could be used to our advantage.
Okay. So with the officer upstairs, I point that out to him and I say, "Oh, that's an interesting symbol. I haven't seen that before on what does that mean?"
He says, "That's my house symbol. I'm of the house Ormir."
Ormir? What is Ormir? What are you guys known for? Kind of
Well-
crazy pranks against other houses?
He says, we're one of the 3 major houses in the Drow society. The House Minzo is the house with the queen, and they're in charge of the military. The House Praetor is the house with the priestess. Pretty lucky that they have good mnemonic devices, like starting with M and starting with P. And House Ormir is sort of the other house. We don't
for other.
we're not in charge of the priesthood or the military, but still a noble house, honorable house that I'm proud to
So is there
represent in the military.
So is that rare for somebody from Ormir to be in the military, or you guys
No, not to
often
be
getting the
No, it's very common to be in the military. I'm just saying, we're not in charge of the military, but no, I'm a high-ranking officer, and that's not unusual at all.
But if you kind of hit the glass ceiling,
exactly, you guys are starting in charge, so you've kind of gotten to the level where you're going to get to.
It might look bad for the current regime if they were to be made fools of with a failed ritual.
So what are you guys doing here?
It says what we're doing, we've done it. We've taken the city. The high elves lorded over us for so long, and now they've been put low, and we've taken our place.
Somebody help me out here because
Well,
I'm a little bit.
Yeah, Bram
I
Breck
missed
with
a
you.
couple of weeks ago, and I can't remember what's going on.
Okay. I thought you were leaving. Okay.
I know I'm the intimidating one, but you could use some help.
well, yeah,
I think to you, Neil, ask him about the ritual. We know it's coming in 4 days.
So tell us about the sacrifice ritual that's going to be happening here.
Yeah. How
We
long?
know all about it.
How long does your tech thoughts last? Is it still going? Is it just a
It's an
minute?
hour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still going. I haven't done the action to probe more deeply, so I'm trying to get him to.
It's 1 minute. So
All right.
Oh,
Well, in that case, I'll just probe deeper because he's not being particularly helpful.
you haven't asked him anything. So okay, so I mean, I think my answer earlier was as if you. What did I say? What did I say earlier? I don't even know.
Well, he was trying to figure out how he could cooperate with us or what we would have in common.
I think my answer
but it was
earlier
very superficial.
was if you did probe deeper. I thought you were probing deeper, and I gave it to you. So
Yeah,
that-
what do we need?
Pretty vague.
The question is, what do we need to know from them, right? Like
We need to know how to stop this ritual.
We need to
Right,
know
and
where it's
where it
going,
is.
where it's going down.
Where is it going to be?
specifically where it's going to be is what we need to find out, right?
Or if we can get to Ledufius first and get him
Right.
out there.
Yeah, where Ledufius is being held and where the ritual is. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think part of it is playing this one guy, whatever the other guy's house is. So this guy's an O. What was the other house?
We don't know.
Probably
Menzo
M.
and Praetor.
What's
Yeah.
that? But basically say like, yeah, you know, that guy from the other house said your house was weak and wouldn't be able to stand up, wouldn't be
Let's
helpful.
at least ask him some questions first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Neil, I'm sending to Neil as our intimidating halfling bard to ask it to like say we already know this stuff and ask him some questions to like further
It's-
confirm. And
you can ask him too,
Where,
Bram. You can
where
do
is
your own
where is
check.
the ritual going to be?
what ritual?
We know there's going to
Khalifa,
be a
what's it called?
We
You
know there's
haven't
going
said
to be
you've
a
asked him
sacri-
about his family. That's all you've asked so far.
I'm not,
So you know about the sacrifice, right?
He says he sort of looks at the stairs leading downstairs and says, not supposed to give any information out, but he's looking downstairs and he
not.
says that.
Of course not.
Look,
But
tell him to scream really loud so they
we
think he's
took
being
you-
tortured.
We took you under because you did not want to be killed. And so we need help in order to, be able to let you live. It's as simple as that.
Says being killed isn't even my number one. Living or dying isn't even my number one priority. But the honor of my house is very important to me, and that honor would be besmirched if anyone, and he looks downstairs again, thought that I was giving you information.
if any information were to come out, do you need us to blame it on the other guy?
Says there, if we're talking about information coming out, that's the end of the conversation, and nobody would believe that he told you anything. I doubt you're going to get much from him at all. Anything from him at all.
Even under duress?
I don't know. I've never tortured him before, but he's tough and he's a true believer.
Can we assure this guy we're going to keep things secret? Do you have any way to convince him? I mean, I'm not there, so.
We are known for our subtlety.
What happens if this ritual succeeds? What does that do for your house?
If this ritual succeeds,
Will you forever be the third place house?
you can tell by his expression that you're getting at what he's thinking. Yeah, he gives a nod, sort of, and he indicates that you're thinking in the same direction.
And that Brambrook, you said if this ritual succeeds or doesn't succeed.
If it succeeds, because then the monarch will sort of cement their house's power. Being the one who like brought the drow god to this realm or whatever it is that the ritual is supposed to do. Is there a way to disrupt this this ritual that might be advantageous for everybody?
Again, he looks like, for the fourth time, he looks down the stairs. You think he doesn't know what even can be heard. He doesn't know where the other guy is. He doesn't know who can hear him. I think that's sort of what he's trying to convey, is he doesn't know who can hear him right now.
If you're worried that anything you tell us will be known to the other drow, they're all on other floors right now. They can't hear you at all.
Do we know what's down the stairs?
Have you ever lived in an apartment?
Hey, hang on a second. Hey, Khalifa,
I can help with this.
Can you add this officer temporarily?
We
to
need
our
an acoustical
telecommunication
engineer.
Telepathic?
No, I'd have to recast it. It's going to take 10 minutes. I mean, I could do that, but then I don't know how to like separate him.
Can we
Once
have-
we did that, it would be like casting.
Can we have
things,
two
cast
group
it all over
chats?
again? Like
okay.
a carve out room. So no, it's
Breakout
that'd be tough to do.
I think there are other magical ways of communicating silently, aren't there?
There are. We could just do individual message cantrips, but also.
Wait a second. I can do. Would message work? I can do message.
Yeah, that's
why don't you
silent
just? It
communication.
would, or you could just tell him, "Hey, I can read your mind if you'll just think it."
Well, my other option, I was going to ask if there were any plants around. If he could tell the plant, and I could speak to the plant and hear it.
Message will certainly work.
All right.
So what floor is this guy on? Is he on the first floor, Jay?
He's
Or
on the
this
second
guy's
floor.
on the first floor. He's on the second floor.
Upstairs.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. So I will cast message on him, and I'll say, I feel like you want to tell us something in secret. This method will keep it quiet. No one will hear.
Okay. He responds, "You're asking about the ceremony. If the high priestess could be embarrassed or even killed, that would be a big benefit to me."
So we're
Ask
done.
him where the high priestess
The way
is.
message works, you get to send him something, he gets to send him something back. So now he can't really say anything more.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna send him another message. This is a cantrip, so I can do it at will. You said embarrassed or killed, which is preferential to you.
We don't care which is preferential to him, do we? We just want to know where it is. Like, we'll deal with the consequences. We just have to know where it is.
Bringing him in. I'm bringing
I
him
see.
in. I'm
I
getting
see.
him on my
I'm
side,
sure if
man.
we killed
Okay.
the high priest or priestess, that would be sufficient to stop the ceremony. You know, we don't have to show up at the last minute.
We have to show up with her baby pictures and show them to her friends.
This is her in the bathtub. He says, my sister is next in line to be high priestess. So if the high priestess loses her job, my sister would ascend in power. The only thing you can't do, and I don't know how long message lasts, the only thing you can't do is, and then the message spell only, it's only a few seconds.
Yes, tell me more. Finish your thought.
If you kill the high priestess, before the ceremony, then my sister will ascend and my sister will carry out that ceremony. And if you're dead set on stopping it, we're going to have a conflict. So embarrass or kill the high priestess at the ceremony, but do not kill her ahead of time. And then you would, then
No
you'd be in.
problem.
Okay, Neil, now is the time to ask about where the ceremony is.
Yeah, if we
What
can't
the
kill her
security
beforehand, we need
looks
to know where the
like.
ceremony is.
Yeah, where is it going to be? Where's the ceremony going to be?
In the central theater in town.
What
It's
time?
big, you can't miss it. It's noon, 4 days from now. Exactly noon. There's going to be a hole in the roof overhead, and as the sun shines down directly from overhead, that's when the sacrifice is going to be carried out.
And where's the victim being kept ahead of time?
Where's the victim being kept ahead of time?
I haven't been there, but I've heard that the victim and the spares are in the waterworks, the town waterworks.
Spares?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
What are the spares?
Well, like if you need a what do you mean spare? Is that an Elvish word? Hold on. What's the common word for spare? Like an additional one if you need a backup.
I thought these were specific
No, it's
people.
just-
No.
No, it's just a high elf. Or the-
Oh, okay. All right. And where does the high priestess reside?
I mean, keep in mind that if you kill her ahead of time, that's going to be bad. But she took over the house of one of the wealthy nobles, Art
Oh, wow.
Vandelay. Art Vandelay. He's an importer-exporter, wine importer-exporter. I haven't been to either of these places. I'm assigned on patrol. I'm not assigned to the waterworks, not assigned to the high priestess's house, but everybody knows where those are.
Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else, guys?
Does
See
he
if
know-
he has a preference for how his comrades should be executed.
Also, isn't there another ceremony we need to know about? Does he know anything about the other ceremony? Seems unlikely,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, do that one
Are
first.
those both here?
No, the
No.
other one's in the Drow City.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
underground.
But there might be rumors and scuttlebutt that he has some
Yeah.
sense of.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I've been rude. What is your name?
My name is Obadiah.
Obadiah.
What now?
Obadiah. Obadiah, are you aware of any other sacrifices? Sacrificial rituals that are going to be happening?
They're saying they're going to
In
do
other
another
lands?
one. They're saying they're going to do another one at the same time in the capital city. Just it's a show. It's to celebrate, to show how dominant the queen is. 2 sacrifices. It's a big ceremony, big attention getter.
And so is the high priestess going to be here or in that other city?
She's here. I've heard the queen is overseeing the other one.
Oh, okay. It's not the same. Okay.
What did you just say that his name was, Neil?
Obadiah.
That's a very unusual name. That's not typically a drow name. That's a high elf name.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted something to start with an O that sounded funny.
Oh, yeah, that's because that's
Sorry.
my brother's name.
Yeah, whoops, sorry. It's also
So maybe
Sky
not.
Master's
Okay, never
name
mind.
from Guys and Dolls.
So you're not doing that on purpose then. Okay,
Nope, sorry about that.
that's all right. Never mind.
His name's Otter. Hey, Chelsea.
Otter.
So what else were you
Nate-
asking?
I think,
Does he have any suggestions for how to embarrass the priest? I'm happy to kill, but
I mean, if the sacrifice, if the ceremony goes tits up very publicly, that would be embarrassing. She might lose her job, and then my sister could step up.
Do we know anything about the non-victim, non-priest necessities for this ceremony? Like, is there some special knife we could steal, or something that?
logistics.
Yeah,
How many guards are at the ceremony?
I mean, I'm not in the room, so I can't ask that.
You can think it.
So, Obadiah, are you? Have you been given an assignment for the ritual?
Just to attend. I mean, everyone in the city is going to attend. It's going to be
But
packed.
you're not there as part of in your official role as an officer
Well, sort of.
of the army.
Yeah, sort of. That's 24 hours a day. Everybody there will be in the military if they're not in the priesthood. So it is sort of my official role. Yeah.
So how is there a particular place? Do you know how the army is going to be deployed to protect the ritual?
They'll literally all be there.
But in formation as defense, or will there be a weak spot for?
No, it'll be to view.
Somebody-
It'll be to watch the ceremony.
So it'll be effectively their guards will be down because there'll be so much entertainment there.
I wouldn't count on that. These are well-trained soldiers.
Okay.
So he's been very helpful, but in order to make sure that it's doesn't get out that he and his house aided us, we're going to need to dispose of his comrade. What's his preferred way for us to do that? I think to Dave, to Sisman, I mean to Neil.
He says those soldiers are good men. Please don't hurt them. And as far as my other officer, I mean, he and I have disagreements, but if you can spare him, maybe exile or trap him in the basement until this is all over, something like that. I mean, I'm not worried about, if 8 rebels attack the ceremony, I'm not worried about it leading back to me necessarily.
Can we Khalif,
Lock us all in your basement and keep us there for 4 days or something.
you can't teleport unwilling victims, right?
We can, yeah. It's since they're bound, I could just create the teleportation circle and we could put them in there and
Anywhere
Yeah.
but the library.
Yeah,
well, we would send them to a different city.
dump them to Candlekeep or something and let that be a lesson to them, That's a long way away, yeah.
That would work. Yeah, that'd take him a while to get back, right?
I think we could send them up north to Mirabar or something more unpleasant.
You don't have a link there.
Although
Oh, that's a good point.
Mirabar's
Party
a lot
pooper.
closer to us than Candlekeep.
Yeah, Candlekeep's a good one. You're
They're
right.
essentially out of it,
Yeah,
That's a month of travel or more. So the chance of them, telling what we're doing is no good. Do we have enough that we can try and free the prisoners from the waterworks and, jack up the priestess in her home in an attempt to undo this thing? Do we need more
I think
info?
so. Well, we should go through the motions of trying to get info from the other guy and tell him how the other guy wanted to upset his house and
Totally
get them to
agreed. I just
distrust
want to
each
know
other.
I just want to actually know what is it we're trying to find out so we can get the information we need, right? Like, we need to know where the
I
prisoners
think
are.
we know.
We need to
I'll
know.
say,
Yeah.
where the
you know,
ceremony
he has something else he'd like to sort of re-emphasize to you. He says again, you know, if you kill the high priestess, my sister will immediately become high priestess. She is a true believer. She will carry out that sacrifice. If you harm her or even shame her, well, shame, if you harm her or kill her while trying to stop the sacrifice, then add one person to what I'm assume is already a long list of people who want to kill you.
Yeah, that's very scary. Says our prisoner.
I'm saying I've given you this information in the hope that we can have common cause.
Yeah, I'm not in the room with him, but as he's coming across the mental telepathy, it's like, yeah, great. Well, we'll be sure to weigh your sister's honor at death against the fate of the whole continent. So good work, fella. But anyway,
So wait, you're not. I'm confused as to who's there saying things and not saying things.
I'm not there. I'm on the roof.
Okay.
But aren't we
No.
all mentally telepathied?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not interested in being that belligerent to this guy who's helping us
I'm just saying
quite a bit.
that's, you know, he's
So,
pretty much giving you something for very little, and that's all he's asking in return is.
No, this is Breezy just editorializing. This is not for telling the
Okay.
drow to his face.
Yeah.
The point is just, sure, we can tell him, we can shine him on all we like to say, yes, of course, we totally understand. We have to disrupt it without, you know, shaming or harming your sister. But when push comes to shove, I could give a crap what this drow who's going to find himself waking up on the floor of Candlekeep thinks about what my methods are.
That's just what he wanted to get across.
Well, he is very
Guys, it's so simple. We just go to the we just go to the Instagram page of the High Priestess. She probably did something crazy like 10 years ago.
Sure. We just show her in
Totally embarrassing.
as a drow, we show her in whiteface somewhere.
She
She dressed as a pilgrim for a Halloween party.
Yeah. As a kid, she worshipped Molora for a few months.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what do we need to know from the other one? I agree. We should
Well,
answer the question as much as
well,
possible.
I would like, well, just one more thing, Jay. What is particularly embarrassing to a high priestess?
Well, by that I mean publicly stopping the ceremony. I'm echoing with somebody.
Okay.
Publicly stopping the ceremony in front of everyone. She's supposed to sacrifice some dude and make a big show of it, and it doesn't happen. And this is like the third or fourth time he said he's referred to sacrifice as a show. If she's supposed to do that and you mess it up, you know, she might lose her position. Killing her also would do it.
So is there a sense that there's something going on behind the scenes besides the show? Like, is the show the real thing that needs to go through? Is there something else?
I
Like a
explained
wedding
that.
where you sign the documentation.
Yeah.
beforehand.
Brambreck and Neil, give me an insight check.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. He seems to think the
15.
sacrifice is not such a big deal. Not the big deal that you've been led to believe it is.
And
So
I
the
think to everybody
high priestess,
that oh, sorry.
the high priestess is being tested on her logistical capabilities to pull this off.
Yeah, this would be a huge smack in the face to the high elves, and I think the embarrassment is half of it. I'm sure that there is some sort of arcane nature to the ritual that aids the coming forth of their god into the world, as was stated. I don't disbelieve the silver dragon, but I think doing it in such a public forum with a big audience is largely theater and not really like, hey, come on, man, you're singing beautifully, but it's great. I don't even know what she's singing. Now I'm all distracted. But anyway, yeah, I'm sure that there is some specific nature to the ritual that helps bring forth the demon spider god into the world. But to have such a large number of onlookers, there's no need for that. I've heard of rituals that required 5, 6, maybe 8 casters at once to aid in the power of like world altering changes. But something like this is again just for show and just to add extra flair. So sorry to take so much extra time there. Should we have?
No problem. We're
we're
going downstairs now, right?
Yeah.
We're going downstairs for the other.
Breezy, roll me a D8.
He's checking for roving bands.
Yep. Hold on, let me get to where I can roll a D8. D8. Ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doo. 4.
Okay, nothing yet.
So before Neil comes down, I'm warming up the guy.
Tell him,
Mostly
Joe.
just, well, no, mostly with cold, icy stares. I mean, because we've just been thinking back and forth. And so Thrax and I are sitting in there and the guy's just in the corner, hopefully sweating. So the first thing I say to him, I ask him, are you familiar with the sunbeam spell and the sort of damage that it does to the flesh?
No response.
Okay.
I nod. It sounds like a very stoic guy. And then since it sounds like Neil's wrapping it up down there, I'll turn you over to him.
Wait, hold on a minute. So,
Oh.
yeah, can Thrax pull out Blaze from the scabbard just a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So Thrax says sunbeam and pulls Blaze out just a smidgen.
All right. He sort of blinks and looks away. And
Winces, perhaps.
I mean, he's not a vampire.
Which is not
Surely
happy.
he's squinting at least.
Yes, he's squinting.
Okay. Right. Okay. Back to Neil.
So I come downstairs and I send the guy. Actually, I don't want to send the guy a message because I don't want to kind of betray how I might have communicated with the other guy. And I say to him, so how's your toe feeling? Because remember, I stepped on his toe before to
Oh, that's
intimidate him?
That's right. Roll me another intimidation check.
Sweet, my favorite. Oh, it was a bad roll. Only 15.
Okay. He sort of sneers at you.
So is there something you'd like to tell us about the ritual?
It'll be bloody.
Why is it happening?
But to show that we dominate. We've dominated the High Elves who kept us down for so long. We've taken their city. We're sacrificing one of their military leaders. Shows that we're superior.
And then what?
And then we keep your city.
What do you want with Silvery Moon? You don't even like the surface world. The sunlight drives you, well, makes you uncomfortable as it is.
There's not a whole lot of sunlight these days, is there? And, we're keeping you out of it. That's the biggest plus. I don't like being here. I'm waiting to get rotated back to Menzo Berezin, but for now we're keeping you out.
Neil, you know I love to watch you work, but I had a full breakfast. I really don't think I can stay down here. I'll be upstairs with the rest and leave you and our dwarven companion to it with this clown. And then I go upstairs and leave them.
So, so what could we do to help you to get back to your post? If you could help us.
Surrender. If I brought in all of you as prisoners, that might help me get a rotation.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, okay, that's not going to happen. So you know that the drow will not control this area forever. Our goal is to restore order to whatever it is, to our world. And once that happens, you'll want allies like us.
You should say like something that the other guy told you, but that's not true. But say it as if we believe that the other guy told us the truth, and see if this guy will get overconfident and let something slip.
Tell him that the other guy said the prisoners were in the bell tower of the cathedral to Melora.
There you go, something like that. That's good.
All right. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Prisoners bell tower. We know the prisoners are in the bell tower. And when we break them out, they'll know that potentially useless.
He says he shouldn't have told you that, and he rolled a really good deception score, although I don't know what that gets him. But he says, oh, he shouldn't have told you that.
Wait, did we just?
Okay. All right. So when we go there, we know how easy it is to break him out. We'll get those prisoners out, and the ritual will be aborted.
I guess it will. We'll still have your city, though.
Hey, Neil, is this guy from the military house or the priest house?
We'll have to figure that. Well, we'll figure this out. So what's that symbol on your sleeve?
House Menzo, the greatest of all the drow houses.
Oh yeah, you guys think
with the queen herself. The queen herself leads us.
Mm-hmm. Where's the queen now?
On her throne.
Yet you guys are out here patrolling Silvery Moon.
I live to serve.
All right. Well, guys, Thrax, I don't think this is going very far. So, I'll let you dispatch with. What was it? Your name was? Mr. Menzo.
Minolin.
Minolin.
My name is Khalifa.
Minolin. Thrax, just go ahead and dispatch with. You know what? Maybe
I request that you spare my enlisted men. And he closes his eyes.
All right, that's very noble, and that's the kind of sacrifice of an officer for his men that moves Thrax. So Thrax is just going to conk him on the head and see if we can knock him out.
Okay, sure.
Okay, dispatched non-lethally.
Yeah, well, I mean, giving him perhaps permanent brain damage through a concussion.
Well, yes.
The CTE or whatever that is.
Right.
I think it is CTE.
Yeah. It was a movie knockout.
All right. Well,
sooner destroy a stained glass window than an artist like him.
Well, I think it is a good idea to put everybody down in the basement and hold them down there for for however many days we need.
I think let's send them all to Candlekeep. I think that was an excellent idea. They'll just show up there kind of naked and alone, you know. I mean, not alone, they'll have 4 of them, but they won't be able to do anything. I mean, Candlekeep may be a library, but it's quite well defended. So I don't think that these 4
Yeah.
would pose a threat to.
And the circle is outside Candlekeep. It's
Yeah, the circle's outside the walls anyway. So
And 3 naked drow in the middle of the day are probably not, or 4 naked drow in the middle of the day are probably not much of a problem.
Plus,
right.
plus a bunch of dead drow bodies.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's a great idea. I wonder, I guess they'll probably teleport with. So on the first floor, I'll start drawing my circle, getting everything all drawn up and ready to teleport everybody. And hopefully my burlier comrades can bring the other guys into the circle so that they'll teleport over there.
We want
My
to.
mom's making me eat this.
Do we want to pin a note on?
all right. Brambrecht, the guy upstairs, asked you to hit him a couple times. Give him a bloody lip.
All right.
No problem.
Make him look roughed up.
We can do
I
that.
make him look a little roughed up as well.
I am, by the way, being entirely serious. Do we want to leave a note on these guys for whoever in Candlekeep finds them, to let them know why they're being sent there?
Please look after this bear.
I mean, are you going to make them all unconscious? I don't know.
Is there wasn't like the circle doesn't it doesn't go into like a guarded room. It's just like
Right. It's sort of on the road outside of Candlekeep.
yeah. So I'll send a message to the head librarian to say, hey, we've disabled a drow band in Silvery Moon, and I'm sending some unarmed prisoners just to the road outside of your facility. And I'll just let him know that that's happening. So in case he wants the guards to arrest them or whatever, he can.
Okay. He pings back. I'll have the guards keep an eye out. I don't know if there's that. We're not going to hold somebody just for being a drow, but I'll have the guards keep an eye out. Ask him some questions.
Great.
All right. So you tossed him through the portal.
We have
Yep.
one unconscious guy, one bloodied guy, and 2 left alone enlisted dudes.
Two-
Tied
And
up.
two
five
clueless
dead
soldiers.
bodies, maybe.
5 dead bodies.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hey,
Baby!
Oh, there he is.
he's like doubled in age since we saw him last.
Yeah,
Baby. Same baby.
almost.
He appears to be more awake than last week.
He's a week older than
Uh,
baby.
Yes, a week older than the last baby. Yes.
She could tell.
That's what I could get out of it without getting any tail.
That's it.
All right.
Kale's good. You like the kale?
No. Emmy likes it. You're mixing it up. You're mixing us up. I hate it.
Sorry, we're eating kale over here. Cool.
Okay.
I'm not eating
Anything
it.
valuable amongst those guys' possessions since we sent them without anything except like underwear? Because we didn't send them completely naked because that's just gross.
No, I mean, you got a total of 8 gold between all the various coins they have.
That doesn't even pay for the teleport.
It doesn't. It's not a profitable enterprise. You've got some standard weapons, some standard armor.
We can just leave
You
all
got
that
some
in the
patches.
basement.
You've got a copy of the patch of House Menzo and House other one.
Or an
Oh, that could be handy, actually. Let's keep
Omir.
those.
Badges? Badges?
We don't need no stinking badges.
Very nice.
And various other drow military badges, etc. Patches, ribbons, accoutrement.
accoutrement. Well, let's keep them. Could come in handy.
All right. Well, now that they're gone, we're gonna need to
Philippe,
make our
does the
way.
Drow have a network that like goes all the way to Candlekeep underground?
Yeah, the Underdark does, people say it
What's
covers the whole
Candlekeep?
continent, but 500 miles away is 500 miles away.
Yeah, but information can travel faster than people.
Drums in the deep.
Well, that's a good thought. I wish
Pretty
that,
sure Khalifa cut out their tongue, so no worries.
no. We didn't do that.
Sorry.
So now we need to make our way. We need to decide. Do we try to find and spring the prisoners beforehand if they're in the waterworks? I think
Why do you
I think-
purposely put that wrong information?
I think that the we can find information on where the largest areas within the city's underground water passages might be big enough to hold prisoners.
Yeah, there's like a central area. It's like one building. That's the Department of Public Works or whatever. That's
Right.
Yeah.
I think freeing prisoners is job one, right? Like that's the first thing to prevent this thing from going forward.
Yeah.
Whatever plan B is depends on what happens freeing prisoners. That's my feeling.
I think if we wait until the
shouldn't
ceremony
we-
itself, then we've got hundreds of Drow spectators to distract in some way. So I think
Yeah, because
Performance,
that'll
you say.
embarrass her. If they go and they find that if they know the prisoners are missing days in advance, they'll just postpone it and find other elves to sacrifice. So it needs to be, everybody's assembled and they find that there's no one to sacrifice.
I thought this ritual had a certain astrological timing that was necessary for freeing the murder queen or whatever her name is. Or can they just postpone it indefinitely? Can they keep doing this?
I do not know.
I mean, if
I
we
just
stop
remember
this,
I thought
can they
of
do it in a
it
week?
like
Can they do it in
later.
3 weeks? Can they just keep doing it? We know.
there was something about them trying to do both at the same time, though. I assume that would weaken the power of the ritual, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, if they could just say, oh, you know what, we're out of prisoners, let's wait a week and do it again, then we've got a totally different kind of problem on our hands. Right?
Well, I think that we want to free the prisoners first and get them out of town somehow.
Mhm.
And then I think we want to try to kill the priestess, or maybe use the priestess in some way to get more information about how to overthrow the entire gig. Maybe we can use suggestion to get the priestess to send people underground. We can disrupt the cloud cover from the change weather spell that's quite obviously been affecting this region, since it's like never this cloudy for this many days in a row. I think getting the prisoners free is one thing, but then finding the priestess, preferably before the ceremony, because we don't want to be in an arena full of hundreds of armed, trained Drow soldiers. But maybe in such a way that we can convince them to leave. That'd be great.
Hey,
And
just
as that other
just so you know,
guy-
the concept of suggestion spell is going to be tough because it requires a wisdom saving throw, and I imagine the Drow High Priestess probably is pretty wise.
And elves have advantage against being charmed. So I think that applies here.
That's true. But maybe something non-spell that could convince her.
Or maybe we capture her and put on the hat of disguise and pretend to be her.
Now you're talking. That would be, yeah, that would work.
Wouldn't that be sweet?
That would be
Khalifa
great.
could go out there, get ready to do the ceremony, blow out.
But it'd be like a father and son thing. And then dad, and then you'd give him a hug.
Hmm.
Give her a stage knife so that she stabs him and it just goes in and it just,
Yes.
Some
And then you
ketchup
break the
packets.
little
No
ketchup
comment.
packets.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good plan. I like this plan.
All right.
I like this
Well,
plan.
So I have, don't forget, I have the spell, I have the seeming spell, which lasts for 8 hours. And I can change the appearance of any number of creatures that I can see within range. And I can add 1 foot, everyone can be 1 foot shorter or taller. So Brambrecht, I don't think it's going to help you much, but I could make some of you, actually, Breezy, you're probably perfect. Actually, how tall are drow? Human size?
Yeah, they're like 5'5" to 6'2" or something. They're pretty standard medium size.
Okay. Yeah. So Breezy could become the high priestess.
I think this is a good
Anyway.
plan. I think we need to free the prisoners and then assassinate this priestess and assume her identity to then infiltrate the ceremony as her, along with 7 guards, and feign completion of the ceremony and send everyone back down into the Underdark.
Recognizing that when we don't know how to do the ceremony, the secondary priest is going to rat us out. Like our pretending to do the ceremony is going to be very brief.
So
Well, it'll
she
be very
becomes-
embarrassing to the other high priestess.
So the secondary becomes the hero, and we've helped our friend out, assuming he's actually a friend.
Maybe you like fart halfway through the ceremony, and then that's very embarrassing.
Well, I thought maybe the high priestess dances funny, and I could, that would be embarrassing to her if
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps we in pretending to be the high priestess, then create a teleportation circle, and all of us leave from the middle of this ceremony, telling everyone that we're going back to the Underdark, and that they should follow as bidden by the queen.
What language would
order-
you be speaking when you say that?
That's a good question that I think to myself. Thank you for my alter ego thinking that. I don't speak Undercommon, but perhaps perhaps the speaking is something that we'll have to work out by getting a prisoner or something ahead of time.
What again? My main question is: if we disrupted this instance of the spell, have we done the job, or can they just postpone it and do it again? Do we have any sense of that?
I think it had to happen at the same, it was supposed to be like a simultaneous thing at a certain point.
Right. So, as long as we disrupt the ceremony actual, then that works. So probably what we have to do is we have to free the prisoners, but leave in some way, leave a prisoner, a volunteer, so that they think they can go forward with the ceremony.
Khalifa, he's a high elf.
I mean, right? I mean, do it. Does that not seem like what we have to do? Is in the best of all heist ways, seem like we failed to get away, but actually leave someone behind on purpose?
It does
Sort of
make
like the
sense.
idea of imprisoning Khalifa.
I don't relish the idea of that, but I think that if I have enough time to plan, I could perhaps leave myself an exit strategy.
Well, again, we do the daring raid right before the ceremony, right? Like the night before or day before. I mean, I'm open to suggestions. I'm just trying to figure out what it is we're planning to do. All righty.
Do our daring raid the night before, leave Khalifa behind as the one who didn't escape. And then
I could have the Kappa disguise to even just appear to be my father.
Well, no, I
but
still think we want the cap of disguise to take over for the priestess, right? We still
Oh.
want, because then we've got a couple of people who are seemingly, on the stage or whatever.
I
The
mean, we
thing
have
is,
some people who can be invisible on the stage as well.
we don't want them to be able to contact the other place and stop them from doing the ceremony,
Oh,
right?
Right.
So we have to interrupt it in such a way that they can't. We're not going to be able to interrupt both ceremonies, even though I think that's what we're supposed to try to do, right?
That's the Brigadar's job.
Okay, so we have to disrupt this ceremony at the last possible moment, if I understand how this all works.
So it seems likely to me that they're going to have some sort of like special reaction force on call to deal with any situation that might arise that threatened the ceremony.
Right?
I mean, I think if we stop it entirely, that's fine. It just is not what our friend Obadiah wants, right? Like he would
but
like
his name's not Obadiah. His name's Otter.
Otter.
Otter. Yes, Otter. Okay.
Who's Obadiah?
Bear with me. What if we were
That is
both
my long lost brother.
and the special reaction force?
Say again?
What if we were both the priestess and the special reaction force?
So like we could poison the high priestess's coffee. And then when we're questioning her, rush in and as the EMTs.
Yeah, and intercept the phone line so that when the call is made to go to the special reaction force, it actually comes to our van.
To us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Thrax has a good idea. We could also just kill the sacrificial victims, main and backup, beforehand to make sure that there's nobody.
It's so true. If they're not sacrificed, if they're just murdered in their sleep.
I gotta figure the drow can find another high elf in the area though.
Oh,
I'm
well,
just
that's
sleeping to
true.
wake up.
They were told it had to be a male warrior, so
Oh,
That-
so
that was
Khalif was
quite
out.
Thanks.
Nice.
Mother takes issue with that.
Glad you have a defender since you're not a warrior.
Well, let's
right.
find someplace safe that isn't near a bunch of blood-stained streets. Not that that's probably that unusual here, because I'm sure there was some resistance. I can teleport us back to the library, but then I'm going to need to take a long rest. It's a
I'm
think
going to
it-
need a long rest anyway.
yeah.
Ha ha.
So we have 4 days to
Yeah.
enact whatever our plan is. So yeah, let's go back to the library. We can have a long rest and let's figure out what the heck we're going to do.
all right.
Oh,
Alright,
and
so-
hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Where did we end up on the whole thing of changing the spells? We've got extra days, so I assume it will be, I can change out that spell.
Yeah. So and I think I mentioned this to the rest of y'all. So what David and I agreed on, or maybe I don't know if we were negotiating as equals, but so for him to swap out a spell, he has to stay up all night. So he gets his hit points back, he gets his spells back, but he gains a level of exhaustion, and that's not a level of exhaustion that can be cured by Ariel or Melvin casting a spell. So
But it's also recovered if we have an extra day.
Yeah,
then
then the
I
next
can change
time-
out the spell. So
yeah.
Right.
Do we
So
have
stay up all
exhaustion
night.
day? Am I still exhausted, by the way?
This is still the same day, so yeah, it's been a
Okay,
long day.
alright,
Yeah.
alright.
So yeah, if he then has a long a night's sleep the next day, it's fine. But if he wants to swap out 3 or 4 spells in a row, then that's gonna be a big price to pay. So that's what we settled
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
Well, then I'll use a 6th level spot to cast teleportation circle and transport us back to the library where we can rest.
Wow.
And I subtracted 100 gold worth of chalks and magical inks from our inventory list.
That is a lot of chalk. I don't know what the
it's
chalk market's
expensive
like,
chalk. It's
but-
infused with ground gems and precious
Okay.
precious oils. So, sorry.
Look what I made inside.
Looks good. Is it like a Twizzler? What is it?
It's a chili flavored pretzel.
Delicious. All
I
right.
know that I like the flavor of chilies, but I don't really like the real kind.
You don't really like the real kind, yeah.
Cherries are delicious.
Or flavored.
Cherry,
The best
Cherry
kind of cherry is
flavored
artificial,
Twizzler.
man. Yeah.
artificial flavor. See,
Mm.
I'm on the other side of that argument.
She doesn't like to eat fruit or vegetables, but she likes cherry flavored Twizzlers, apparently. So, long rest.
Okay.
Should we set some watch just to make sure that no one finds us in the library?
Ah,
Always a good idea.
Disgusting. Eat like a human, not like an owl.
Okay. You go back to the library. You're having a relaxing evening, and Melvin, you get a message in your head, and you recognize the voice. It's the priestess that you met in Mirabar, and the message comes to you and says, "This is Temple Melora and Mirabar. Is anyone coming to help us? The giants and the general are working people to death in the mines." And you can respond with a 25-word response.
How long do I have to do it instantly, or can I
No,
consult?
not instantly.
Hey
There's
guys,
there's a matter of etiquette, but
I just got a message from Mirabar asking if we're coming to help, and I wanted to know what you guys think the most important information to impart to them is.
Well, we've got 4 days, right? I mean, we could just go figure that
We
out.
just-
did you tell them? Did you convey the whole message as you heard it?
I didn't hear it.
Okay. Tomorrow, anybody coming to help us? The giants and the general are working people to death in the mines.
I wonder if it's
The
those
general.
mithril mines.
One problem at a time.
So they
Is that-
apparently have a general. I don't know if we don't know if that's a drow guy or if that's somebody else.
Well, the drows,
Sure.
their structure is not based around the general system. Usually, they've got the queen and the priestesses. They're well, I guess they might have a female general. Excuse me for assuming gender with that word. But is not Shogun
I was
called
gonna
the
ask,
general? Schmax?
might there be some thinking that this might be folks from your temple?
And actually, didn't we have some information about who is in charge in Mirabar?
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what I told you, what I didn't tell you.
Well,
think-
we just knew who had taken which city, I thought.
Oh yeah,
don't-
but I
I don't
think
think we knew much about Mirabar.
I think
Yeah.
in the most recent interaction with the Baldur's Gate city officials, they mentioned that, or I don't know if they did or not, but the military guy had seemed to. So the first news out of Mirabar was it was just anarchy. The leader of the city was dead. It was crazy time, and when you most recently met with the city officials from Baldur's Gate, they said there was some general, some military man who had seemed to assume some sort of civilian power or some sort of internal power. But that's all
That
they
he's
knew.
working but he's working with the frost giants, it seems, according to Melvin's correspondence. Perhaps we should let them know that they're a priority, and we have been trying to we've liberated the city of Baldur's Gate and are now in Silvery Moon, and we'll try to head there within the next 3 days or something.
Thrax,
4 days.
you've spent time in Mirabar. Any reaction?
I'm sorry, bring me back up to speed.
Okay. So Melvin got a message from the temple
And
in
I'm
Mirabar.
aware of the general stuff. We just don't know who the general is, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
There's definitely a very bad general there, right? It could be him, or it could be a drow general, or some other, giant general or something.
But isn't there
It's
a general
probably the
that's
bad-
already betrayed the city?
It's probably the bad general,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, probably,
Yeah.
possibly him. I mean,
The one you didn't get along with, right?
Look, we don't have a way to
Yeah.
get to Mirabar and back in the next 4 days or do anything about it.
Nope.
Tell them to reach out to the octopodemos and see what they can do.
The one less than us. Okay. All right.
Tell them to hold out for 5 or 6 more days.
Okay. So coming back, working on it. Already liberated Silvery Moon. Oh no, sorry. Already liberated Baldur's Gate. In Silvery Moon now. Hold on for another week. Heading your way. Watch out for drow and monks.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey, Jay, I have a question about the tongue spell.
Sure.
Does that make when someone hears that, do they know
Oh,
that
do
it's
they think?
weird?
I don't know.
It says
I'm-
that they could understand
it
you,
up.
but I don't know if would it be like we'd use that as a
Yeah.
way to disguise our voice as the priestess or not? Because we have a very
Yeah.
classy looking tongue.
I would have to do some research on that, or would appreciate any research you do. I would say for the average bear, if they understand what you're saying, they don't question it.
Okay,
Now, a high
Alright.
priestess or somebody may react differently, but
very good. All right.
if
well,
somebody
we
walked
gotta-
up if somebody walked up to me on the street and was talking and I understood them, I wouldn't say, "Hey, are they speaking English?"
Very good.
But I if you want to do research on that, I
Okay.
encourage it.
Sounds good. All right, that could come in handy. Ding.
Okay. So that was the end of the day. You being a cleric yourself, you think they might have been using all their spells to heal people, and that at the end of the day they had an extra one and reached out to you. All right. Nighttime in the library.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is the plan to stay here for another day and get another long rest tomorrow?
We might be able to do some reconnaissance and try to find the prisoners in the meantime, and then we could come back here for an end of the day safe rest to let you regenerate, recuperate, I should say. But I think just staying here for a whole day is a whole day of reconnaissance wasted, trying to potentially
Okay.
free
Yeah.
the prisoners and find out where the priestess is.
Okay. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll take the long rest now to recapture my spell slots, and then we can figure out what spells might be most helpful and we can come back tomorrow and I can study all night and change out a spell. And then be exhausted. And then recover the following night.
Good.
Okay. I didn't follow all that, but and Khalifa, as I said when texting, I mean, you're a level 11 wizard. While walking around the library, you do find a locked cabinet that is labeled level 1 and level 2 wizard spells.
Nice.
And due to miscommunication, you meant to get Breezy to open it for you, but Thrax thought you meant him. So Thrax opens a locked cabinet in his own way.
Nice.
Or whatever. So
Funny.
Very handy.
So you can do some copying while you're waiting. I don't even know what you still have or are missing, but
Yeah, I might find a few things that I want to add here. I can do that later.
okay.
Seems to be interesting discussion on my end of things I can switch out. Among them, when we're planning our assault that might be useful, I've got feign death that lets somebody pretend they're dead and can't be determined to not actually be dead for an hour. I've got death ward, which prevents the killing of somebody. And then as we're planning, if we're doing multiple long rests, I've got a divination spell that if we come up with a plan or we have a question necessary to a plan, I can ask my goddess and a simple question and get a truthful answer. It may be a little complicated, but
Between that and Thrax's ancestors, we ought to have some sense if we're on the right track.
yeah. I mean, this is I think more factual inquiry than just or woe from Thrax's ancestors on the divination. I can
Good.
say, here's a specific goal. How do we do this? And
Right.
I think we will get a truthful answer. We just may have some difficulty understanding it.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think we set a watch, and do we successfully sleep through the night?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't get a visitation from Morgie again or anything.
You do not.
And so I removed the exhaustion. Is that correct?
Yep. And I didn't understand if Neil's not switching something out tonight. Is that correct?
Correct.
Correct. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow night. So just so I have all the spells that I need, and we're going to go figure out. There's no point in changing out spells until I know what we might need.
Okay.
Right.
And Melvin, you can switch out all your cleric spells every day.
Yep.
All right.
As long as we get a rest.
Yeah. So what's the plan for today?
We're gonna, I think, recon the waterworks. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I think we probably also ought to do some recon at the amphitheater as well, right?
Yeah. We need to kind of know what's up so we can figure out a plan.
Figure out how to.
Okay. So what's first?
You're so gross. Just chop it into a smaller piece. Disgusting.
I think the first thing is go to the waterworks and see what's up.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay. How are you going to do this?
Sneakily. With subterfuge.
So is that,
Stealth.
that probably means a subset of us are going then.
Probably, yeah.
For sure, the hamster wants to go. For sure.
Yeah, it seems like this is a job for Breezy at least to sneak around.
Yeah, and I want to go. I want to go
Yeah.
sneak around the waterworks.
Good.
Anybody else?
I mean, I'd like to
I
go,
could-
but
Yeah,
it's gonna be loud and clanky.
I should.
I mean, I can cast.
I
I can cast Pass Without Trace, and we'll all be pretty damn
Yeah,
quiet.
let's get all of us there, and then like you guys can scout ahead a little further. But let's get all
Yeah, I
of
like
us
that.
like there and then like nearby so we can respond quickly.
Okay, so how big is the waterworks, Jay?
I mean, it's a government building. It's it's
Is
mostly
this like an office building that the people who work in the waterworks work in, or is it this actually the water processing plant?
it's the water processing, and it's mostly below street level. So there's sort of like it's a small building on the first floor, but you know that most of it is below street level. Which,
So we can expect pumps and like tanks and
mhm,
pipes,
mhm.
drippy sewer type things.
Yes,
All right,
indeed.
sounds fun. All right, so I'll cast Pass Without Trace on everybody, and then we can like sneak over and see what we see, I guess. So there's a small above ground building type thing.
Yeah, there is. So, all right, everybody, roll me a stealth check.
Plus 10.
$22.
27.
stealth plus 10.
Stealth plus 10. Yep.
28.
33.
28. 33. All right. This is good.
47.
Did you get 47?
No, you did. I'm saying.
Oh, I got 33. I rolled a 7, but I get that bumped up to 10 plus 13 plus 10. So
I think I'm the if I plus 10, I think I'm the lowest at 20.
I had 22. I had to roll with disadvantage too. I rolled twice.
22 is still sneaky.
Okay.
Pretty
you
damn
do,
sneaky.
you do sneak up to within about 100 feet or so of this small building. Now, to get there, you'll be exposed, and stealth doesn't help if you're just walking across the street, if there's somebody there to see you. You don't see anyone there to see you. Hold on a second. Let me see. Okay, so you're across the street from them, and several of you, but most especially your perceptive monk, you hear like flapping, like large birds, but you don't see any large birds. But you definitely hear something in the air.
We hear something we think it's in the air though. It's above us.
Yeah.
How far is the distance, Jay? Like how close are we?
100 feet.
What's the name of this game
or
we're
to the
playing
property?
again? We played Dungeon and what is it again? Dragons. Yeah.
Dungeons and Invisible Dragons
Could be
that,
Invisible
that
Dragon.
work for Drow.
Well, there was that green dragon before. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's hanging out
That
with
is
Heckler
true.
All right. So
All right. Well, so we crossing the street.
What do you
um,
want to listen?
seems like it doesn't do us any good to stand under the awning on this side of the street when the other side of the street is where we have to do our reconnaissance.
Let's go.
All right. We hear the flapping, but I think we make a run for it.
Do we run or we just saunter?
I'm sorry, I was on mute. How big is this? How wide is this street? Like how much space do we need to cover if I were to cast this fog cloud?
I will say, yeah, 100 feet.
So
All right.
50.
The headphone used to mic.
So I'd have to increase the level quite a bit to cover that.
What is it normally?
So normally it's a 20-foot radius, so 40 foot across, but it's I could make it 40-foot radius. I could make it a 60-foot radius and we'd be fine. So that'd be third level spell. I could do that.
Although, if you don't want to spend that slot, even a 40-foot radius would cover most of it, right?
Yeah, why take a chance? I think I could make a 60-foot radius sphere of fog that could be very helpful for us. I'll just cast it above where we're going to be, so it's not like obscuring the actual street, just like obscuring above us. Does that help?
Depends.
You guys want me
If there's people in the building watching out the window.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. I'll cast that right now.
Are you casting it such that we are obscured at street level, or are we obscured from above?
Well, what do you prefer? What's the most tactically advantageous? Because we'll be walking through fog if we're obscured at street level.
Yeah, but walking through fog's not a big deal, right? Like,
And we have our stealthy walk with pass without trace thing.
I
All
think
right, we'll cast it at street level. That might be the safest.
do that, and then we'll just walk across the street.
Nice quote, Melvin.
What did he say? Look at me, I'm being sneaky. That was a while ago. All right, I do it. I conjure a fog cloud so that we can cross the street hopefully without being seen. Hopefully stealthy.
Okay. All right, you cast that. And so it's sort of like you're on one edge of it, and the other edge is right at the building, right?
Well, we've got a little bit of room to spare. You said it's 100 feet, and I just made a 120-foot cloud
Oh, okay.
radius.
Diameter.
I mean diameter.
All right, you cast fog cloud, and then do you start across the street?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. As you do that, your longbow of warning starts to vibrate. Everybody roll initiative.
Are you rolling?
Longbow of warning.
Ouch.
Do you need to roll?
I rolled an 8. That's so terrible.
I spent my nat 20 for the day.
Give me 15.
How did you roll?
Give me 15 and a 5.
How did you roll? Okay, you can do something not too bad for me. I think you got the one up forward. I think you're like, no,
did.
no.
So
something else wrong.
Khalifa and Ariel, what do you got?
It's Jay. And
I got a 24.
I got 9, and that's with advantage.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Here you go. Ariel.
Schmax and I hardly showed up.
How do you roll initiative with advantage? How do you get that?
Hit control. It's on D.
You're asking why is
Oh,
he
you're
allowed
asking.
to do it?
Okay.
Just because of my longbow
Why?
warning. My longbow warning gives me that.
Wait, all
Okay.
we have to do now is hold control down, and we just give ourselves advantage. Jay, you didn't tell us this.
Control.
So, if you're looking at roll 20, I'm assuming you're all starting the right hand side, and your goal is the left hand side.
You're not going left.
Okay.
Here's the initiative over there.
It automatically starts itself.
Alright, so we have to be kind of quiet. So,
All right. So when you're looking at the map, do you see like a big gray circle?
Yep.
Okay.
we see a giant gray circle, yes. Yep.
You do.
Is that fog?
That is fog.
Awesome.
Is anybody
Who casts fog?
Shadow and Bone?
Khalifa.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
How am I going to avoid the greasy spot?
Khalifa, you're not on the map, are you? Or is somebody on top of you?
Oh, I didn't drag myself. Sorry.
So that's Rembrandt. That's me. That's Breezy.
All right, Ariel, you're up.
Right, exactly. That's Ariel with the rainbows. That's Neil.
Ariel.
That's Melvin.
Who's
Yeah.
Ariel?
That's it.
Go ahead, Ariel. Cross the street.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm crossing the street, keeping my eyes open for any trouble.
Stealthily.
Ready to shoot anybody with rainbows that looks like they might cause trouble.
Except you can't see anybody.
So I can't see anybody. Yeah.
I send a message to Ariel, or I guess I don't know who's going to go first necessarily. So I'll just whisper out loud to let me know if I should dismiss the fog.
Well, I mean, it's your choice, right? You saw when your longbow went off, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're all just starting to walk across the street. You're the
Yeah.
one who really knows anything's happening.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll
it
tell-
alerts all of you.
Okay.
I think it's
Yeah.
how it works. Like none of you can be
Oh, really?
surprised. Yeah, it prevents all of you from being surprised. So I assume that means something like that.
Yeah, so I think that's good.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going across the street.
Oh, okay.
Make it so.
Let's see. Oh, wait, I just drew something by accident.
That's cool.
I was trying to measure. Yep. Okay. Here I go. Yeep.
Okay.
You could sprint another 30 feet if you want, I guess.
I mean, I figure yeah,
Sprinting
I-
probably ruins your stealth, I would think. I think you want to go to normal pace.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
going,
think-
that was my plan, is to still try and be sneaky.
Okay. Neil.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm not on mute. Hang on a second. Yeah, I won't do that.
Ariel was eaten by the fog.
I
Disappeared.
He did.
Yeah, I'm walking. I'm walking too, and I'm gonna ready a firebolt to shoot in the direction that if I feel if I get hit, I'm gonna shoot back in the direction it came from.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do basically the same thing and swing at any enemy that comes into that I can see or comes into range. Walk 30 feet.
All right.
Melvin and whatever Jay has at 15 are both 15s.
I'm basically doing the same thing, except I'm sauntering. And I will ready an arrow to shoot at anything hostile that I see.
Okay. So now it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Dragon's breath covers the entire region, dispelling the fog.
All right. So, Melvin, you hear something fly up next to you, and I'm gonna roll with physical dice. Okay, hold on. 10 plus 9, 19.
I have disadvantage, or I have advantage against being charmed. So.
No, sorry, it's an attack. What's your armor class?
Oh, okay, my bad. Yes, that hits.
19. Okay, so you feel a claw slash against you. You take 12 points of slashing damage, and you can shoot back in a second. But first, I'd like you to do a DC 16 Constitution saving throw to see how bad this wound is.
14.
Okay, so you're bleeding, and at the start of your turn, you're going to take 2d4 slashing damage from this open wound, unless you or somebody else takes an action to do a medicine check to heal it.
Okay.
So,
that was 12 the first time.
Uh,
Or the
what's
first
that?
12 points slashing. Yeah.
12
Yeah.
points.
and are you going to try to fire back with an arrow?
Yeah.
Okay, with disadvantage.
Yeah. 15.
No, that you don't hit.
Okay.
All right. So then you feel another slash come towards you. That's cocked. That's probably a miss. 13.
Yep, that's a miss.
Okay. And this other one. That one's gonna go to Ariel. You hear something flapping at you. Something slashes at you. You know what? These should be attacking with advantage now that I think about it. Yeah, because you can't see them.
Why did
So-
they remember that on my turn?
Yeah,
But
well,
they can't see us either. So
They can't see us either. I should have not had disadvantage.
that is not true. You're assuming they can't see you. So yeah, that's a hit. It's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that just barely hits.
All right, so 12 slashing damage, and give me a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Con. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that is a natural one.
Okay, so yeah, at the start of your turn, you'll take 2d4 damage because it's a bad wound.
Okay.
All right, so that's their turn.
And
Wow.
do I get to fire back a rainbow?
Yeah, you do with
Okay.
disadvantage.
Well, I got a 21.
Oh, okay, that hits.
Okay. And
Don't know what it hits.
I hit something for 9 points of damage.
Okay,
And I'll have it go back 10 feet.
you can.
Okay.
All right. So was there enough noise for Thrax to go into a rage? Like, are the rest of us aware of what just happened?
I think so.
And do I get to fire 3 rainbows or just 1?
I think you get to fire 3.
Oh, okay. We'll just do that again then. A 14
Misses.
and a 12.
Misses.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Thrax, you heard both your friends yell about getting scratched or something.
Ow.
Okay, so Thrax is going to run forward. He can run all the way up next to Ariel, but he's going to pass Melvin as he does so. So is he going to run into anything on his way?
And I think I'll yell out to Khalifa to maybe drop the fog cloud at this point. You
can I
decide
do that
which one.
now, or does it have to be on my turn?
I'll say you can do it now. Yeah, I think I've said you can stop concentration anytime. So is that what
Yeah.
you want to do?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so get rid of the fog cloud.
I say that he's done that before I ran forward.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Come on, fog cloud.
back here somewhere.
Versus Schmax running, or Thrax running the opposite direction. Schmax runs in a rage away from danger.
Yes, yeah. And then has to chop a toe off to maintain his rage.
Brave, brave, brave Sir Schmax.
Come on. Why am I having so you see the fog cloud, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Objects and tokens, select.
Super foggy.
but does it see us?
It does.
Yeah,
That's
here
why
we
it
go.
was wanting to hit us.
You look into
No.
the fog, and the fog looks back into you.
Why can't I get rid of it?
Khalifa, stop concentrating already.
It sounds consistent. with
Now I
last
can't
year's
not
episode.
think about it. You guys have made me stuck in my head.
That's pretty good. Oh, something happened.
Yeah, that was really tiny. I mean, I can delete all of you, but that's not what we want. Oh, come on. Clear drawings. Clear drawings. Want to delete all drawings. Let's hope that works.
Yes, let's.
So,
That didn't happen, did it?
Nope.
you,
Full square.
Is that font just background now?
Maybe. That may be it.
Can you set it to be transparent?
Yes,
Woo!
the fog was background. Thank you. You're right. And now you're gonna see.
Glad I didn't run into that fountain.
That would have been embarrassing.
All right, you see these flying things, these flying demonic type things. And this guy didn't go. This guy just went 10 feet away from Ariel. So. All right, so yeah, he should be more like here. So you see these flying creatures that look like that. They look like that one on the bottom. They're flying demonic brutes with axes.
We love axes.
we do love axes. All right, Thrax is going to run up right next to Melvin, right up on one of these green things, and it's going to attack it with this thorn whip, a thorn axe.
Well, I take it the blue ones on the left are the blue ones on the left are invisible, so pretend you don't see them.
All right, just the red one.
Yeah.
Then okay, so attack with the thorn axe. That would be an 18.
18. It just hits.
Oh wow, they're pretty tough then. Okay, so that is a 14 points.
Okay.
Oof. And a 16 misses, I guess.
Yep.
Drat. Okay.
All right. And you're in a rage, right?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Who's next?
Nothing makes him angrier than seeing demons.
It is
using
I.
axes.
Khalifa.
So we see two demons that are attacking us.
Yes.
I'm going to send my familiar to shush. I'm going to send my familiar to the one that Ariel, that's nearest Ariel, or I guess they're both the same distance, but the one that looks like he just reeled away from Ariel.
Sure.
And then I will shoot I will cast Mind Sliver on the other one. So he has to make an intelligence saving throw 17.
Yeah, that's not going to go so well. Oh, it's actually could be worse.
17. So
I can't see what it is. Oh, okay.
You got 16. So he takes 8 psychic damage and gets a D4 subtracted.
Okay.
From, yeah.
All right. Remind me when that comes up.
Yep. And I'll move forward a little bit.
Okay. And so this one at the top somebody has advantage if they're going to attack it, right?
Breezy's up
Correct.
there. Breezy and Schmax are both.
Max, you want to go first?
Sure, I can go first. Let's see if I can stuff this rascal. All right, so why can't I select it? There we go. All right, I'm gonna move up here. And I will proceed to pummel this fellow.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right, this is not with disadvantage or anything, right?
Correct.
We're done with that. 16. That missed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, well, I will try to punch him again. And I rolled a 16 also. I will
Okay.
try to punch him again For 17? No, that does not hit. All right, I'm gonna spend a key point and try and hit him one more time. 31.
Wow,
Yes.
critical. Great.
Not 20. Okay, so I'm gonna try and stun him, Jay, but let's do damage first. So I rolled 2d8 plus 6. Oh, 2 ones. Look at that.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Mhm.
Wow, that's good stuff. Oh, but I did stun
It
him.
is stunned. It is stunned.
All right.
But you need
Nice.
to duplicate it.
Now, see, I rolled 2d8s and I got 2 ones. 1 plus 1 plus 6. So anyway, that's fine. But he's stunned now. So now he can't attack anybody for a turn.
Mhm.
All right, over to you, Breezy.
I'm gonna jump
Now
in
you can attack him with advantage.
I'm gonna jump in this tree like Zacchaeus, hide out in the tree, and throw my
Are you a wee little man?
wee,
Wee little
yes, I
man,
am.
is he?
Yep. So like wee Zacchaeus, I'm also gonna throw a dagger at somebody. All right. Let's see. I should have whisper initiative on that, right? Oh, I also have advantage from Schmack's hitting him.
Well, and you have advantage on the other one from the. All right. Well, so which were you going for? The one at the
The
bottom.
one that
everybody's-
everyone's
Right.
surrounding.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Yep. You hit
Hit and
18.
18.
Okay.
All
Out
right.
of
and
one, man.
let's see. I think I can throw one more, right? But without advantage and without whatever else, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You'll still have advantage because he's stunned, but you won't have sneak attack.
Okay, so I don't get the pluses on the damage, right?
Right.
So 25 to hit,
Yep.
and then damage is just
1d4 plus 6, I think.
yeah, 1d4 plus 6 is exactly what it is. 1d4 plus 6. Boop, 9.
Okay.
There we go.
You've done the most damage to it.
Well, again, he knows he got hit. That's what I care about.
All right. Jay, you're
Okay. So the one at the top is going to appear, and it is going to reach out and cast the darkness spell. Come on. What do I
Bogus.
see? So darkness covers that area. And it did that. It's going to move. It's going to fly up. Not too close, pretty close. And this other one, now I can't tell where y'all are. I say move to back. Is that?
Are these ponds around this central fountain? Are they low walls? What are these, Jay?
They're yeah, they're
Ponds.
ponds, yeah.
It looks
not-
like a pool.
All right,
Yeah.
so now this one, this can, how far can it go? Yep. Okay, looks like one of them can hit. All right, so one of them's going to go up to Schmax. One of them's going to go up to Ariel. And you can't see Ariel, so it's going to attack with advantage.
Super.
That's not with advantage though. All right. So that's a 22 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit for sure.
Okay. You take 15 points of slashing damage and give me another Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
Okay. $17.
Okay, good. This hit is not as bad. And it's going to swing at you again. 26.
Yeah, that just barely hits.
All right, 15 points of slashing damage, and give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. This is ouchy. That was less good.
All right, so that's another deep gash. So at the start of your turn, you're going to be taking a total of 44
Super.
damage. All right, and then this other one is going to attack Schmax. 25. Schmax.
Yes.
Yeah, you got 9 points of slashing damage. Give me a DC 16 Constitution save. Okay. Yeah,
15.
it's a deep wound. You're going to take 2d4 damage at the beginning of your turn, and that's going to
2d4.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's hitting again. Got a 28 to hit. So take 14 slashing damage, and give me another Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
6.
Okay, so you're going to be taking a total of 4d4 bleeding damage at the beginning of your turn.
44 at the beginning of my turn, and I took a 14 and a 9. Correct?
Yes.
40.
Okay, thank you.
You're almost dead.
No, 14 and a 9.
Oh, I thought you said that.
All right, so that's the bad guy's turn. Who's next?
Back up at the top, Ariel.
Yeah.
4d4, I guess.
44. Jay, do you want to roll that or should I?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, took another 9. Those are my best rolls of the
Okay.
day so far.
All right. You've got you're bleeding there. So
Huh.
So he
So
could
that takes a whole action to staunch the bleeding.
you could spend an action to try to staunch the bleeding, or if you I'll just let you know if you get magical healing.
Okay, so if I
that'll-
did like any magical healing at all.
Yeah.
Okay, super. All right, we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay, so
But you're in pitch darkness.
I'm in pitch darkness for now. Huh. This guy, there's a guy like I could tell like what orientation this guy is. Like I can feel where it came from.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
I mean, smell his breath, hear the wings flapping.
Interesting. I know. Okay. Kind of tempted. I haven't tried this yet. To cast this wall of light spell. And let's see, how would I orient that? Let me just take it.
And it sheds like a ton of light, right?
Yeah, it's super bright.
Yeah.
In fact, the creatures who are on the wrong, I kind of orient it in the way that I want. And the creatures who are sort of on the business side of it, like they have take a saving throw to see if they get blinded.
Okay.
So let's well it's okay, sorry. It's okay, it's creatures in the area have to make a con saving throw. Okay, so I will right. So I will cast this wall. You know what? This is dumb to do if I can't see what the hell I'm doing. Never mind, because I think they only take damage if they're like in the wall, and since I wouldn't know where to put the wall,
Okay.
I don't think that makes sense. So I think I am actually not gonna do that because that's
Well, you still kind of know where they are, like from sound. You just can't like target them very easily, right? I mean, it's not that
but I
you.
think they have to be literally in like I have to
Well,
put
the wall's
wall,
5 feet wide.
I got you.
Wall's 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
I'll say none of them have taken the hide action. So yeah, you can. I'll say for the purposes of the game, you know where they are.
Okay, so then I will try to make a wall that is going to hit as many of these dudes as I can.
Ooh, I think you can get at least 3.
Yeah, I'd say you can get.
You can check. You can check if it's 5 feet long. You can check.
What's 5 feet wide?
Is it? I mean, you can get the three.
Yeah.
The one that's
Yeah,
to the left of Schmack's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's try to do that. Let's try and get those 3 guys.
Okay.
And so when it appears, each creature in its area must make a Constitution saving throw. The wall blocks line of sight. Creatures can pass through it. It emits bright light out to 120 feet and dim light for another 120 feet. So I assume everybody should be able to see now.
Yeah. The darkness will go away.
And the bad guys have to make a con saving throw. On a failed save, they'll take 48 radiant and be blinded. On a successful save, half as much damage.
Is that what's in there? Oh, until the spell ends, you can use an action. Hold on. So, wall appears on the side.
That's later. So while I have the spell, I can.
Yeah,
also
that would be like
shoot.
next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, when it appears, they have to do the saving throw thingy.
Okay. So, all right. I'll start at the top with the one that you've hit with your rainbows. Constitution save.
Yep, DC 17.
Okay, that's a
Hey.
fail. And then the one right next to you is a fail also. And the one right next to Schmack's is a fail. So they all failed. So they're all
blind, and I'll take 48.
okay. Give me 48.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, and actually +5. I guess for my like radiant whatever bonus, but I think
Okay. Cool.
probably only one of them gets that. I think.
Nah, that's
Everybody.
Let's say everybody.
Okay. So 11, 19, and 21. I don't know if you wanted to do separate ones, but
Yeah, I'll take the middle one of 19.
okay.
4d8, 11. 48 plus 5 even.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad. Thanks for taking that middle one there.
Exactly.
Finally, the median has a use.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. Okay. So, and because he's blind, can I like back up without incurring a wrath of whatever or no?
Yeah. Somebody needs to see you to take an opportunity attack. So yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and back up 30 feet also.
Okay.
So I will just do that.
He's just
Okay.
running away.
Well, I'm just trying. I need range to get ranged attacks, man. So I'm gonna just put a little space. Maybe not 30 feet, but a little bit.
That makes more room for Brambrick.
Yeah, I want you to be able to get up there, Brambrick. Do your thing. Plus, I took and I'll as a bonus action, I will give myself. Actually, who's worse, me or Schmack's? We're about the same. I'm a little worse. I'll give myself a healing die, so I won't have to.
Yeah.
Hemorrhaging on my next turn.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay. I will. Why don't you keep moving? I'll give myself however
Okay.
many HP.
Yeah, I'll say when he heals himself, not only does he heal, but his vicious gashes seem to close and stop oozing blood. So, yeah, you're no longer have that affliction. Who's next?
Neil.
Yep. So I am going to. So Jay, are the blue ones invisible?
No,
Still?
not anymore. Not anymore. No.
Can we see through?
Okay.
But you can't see through the wall of light.
Oh, the wall of light is still there. Can I walk through the wall of light?
You can walk through the wall of light safely. Yes.
Oh, we can?
Yes.
Thought it was painful.
Nope.
Well,
I'm
if-
reading the spell now. Nope.
If you stay
Okay.
there.
Okay. And Jay, on the sphere, I can't remember. Did we said it's not the cone, but it's a square?
Yeah, it's like a 20-foot square. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing?
I am measuring.
Oh, that was Arrow rolling for. Sorry, that was Arrow rolling for health. Okay.
Yeah, that was my healing die.
Okay. So I think I can move here. I can move like here. And I'm going to cast Fear, and it should be able to get this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
Yeah, 20-foot square. How do you figure? The first three, I agree.
Did I go too far?
I
Yeah, I can't
think
get that
so.
guy. I can't get that guy at the bottom. I can't get that guy at the bottom.
Okay.
I can basically get 3 of these guys
All right.
at a time. I'm just trying to see if there's a way to get to. Nah, they're not quite close enough.
No. All right.
You know,
you
three
can get
guy-
3. Okay.
Affecting 3 is pretty good. Then yeah.
So they're going to do 3 wisdom saves. I'll say the one on the left fails, the one in the middle. What's your DC?
I think it's 15. 15.
Okay. So that's a fail, and then the one on the right. Wow.
Sweet.
Okay, so they're all afraid of you, and they have to, if they can see you, they have to run away from you, right?
Run away from me in the most in the most direct way possible, and so they can run to the south.
Of course, 2 of them can't see, so.
And the other one can't see you because he's behind the wall.
All these are true.
Oh,
Ooh.
All right. Rambrick.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, they drop whatever they're holding, so they drop their axes, which they were using their claws anyway. But okay. You hear 3 axes clatter to the ground.
So can I see
Says-
the blue guy kind of that the line is going through? Is he, yeah, that one that someone just pinged.
He's
Is he effectively invisible to me?
He's in the wall. I think he's effectively invisible to you.
Okay.
You saw me running away from him for what it's worth, but
Well, then I'll come down to this red guy and I'll swing at him.
Okay.
I'm sure that a 28 hits.
You are sure right.
And are these fiends or something like that?
They are fiends, yes.
Ooh, I'm gonna need another D6. 3, 6, 12, 21 points.
All right.
12 of that was or 6 of that was radiant. Second
And this is the
attack-
most beat up of all of them. This is
second attack, 29 to hit
Yep.
for 10, 14, 18, 27 points of damage.
Whoa.
Does that do him in, or am I swinging at him a third time?
It does not do him in, but it's getting close.
Okay, how about a 29 to hit again?
Mm-hmm.
And 4, 6, 8, 17 points.
Yeah. He's dead.
All right. And then I guess so anybody who's in the wall I can't really see, is that correct?
Yes.
Has Ariel informed us that we can walk through the wall, or am I just like, what the fuck is this?
I'll
giant
assume
wall?
that in your downtime you sit around talking about what your spells can do.
sure, I can have this fancy spell. You can walk through it and smash stuff.
Okay, then I'm gonna walk the other 15 feet or whatever through the wall to the other side.
Okay.
Cut. And then I am done.
Okay. Who's going now?
Melvin.
be me. I can't see. I've got this big blinding thing in front of me, and I can't really see anybody. But I know that. Oh wait, I have to take 5 points of damage. But I have seen that both Schmax and Ariel and I, all three of us, kind of
I suppose.
took it
Yeah,
on.
sorry, Jay. If I don't know if you want to allow it or not, but apparently I can choose the orientation of this wall.
I thought
could-
you did.
Fair enough. Fine. Super. Okay.
I thought
Yeah,
you did.
That's fine. That's fine. I didn't really think about it. I just made a wall. That's fine.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing. Up to 6 creatures of my choice that I can see, so not Brambrek.
How long does that take to cast?
Wow. I didn't realize it took 10 minutes. Never mind.
Mhm.
Okay. And I don't have Mass Healing Word at the moment.
Do you need mass healing? Isn't it just Schmax that really needs healing?
I think it's more Ariel, actually, but
No, Ariel's got himself healed, so he's not taking blood.
yeah.
It's really Schmax's bleeding that's the problem.
And
Yeah.
I can staunch that next turn as a bonus action, so it's not like super horrible.
Although if you hit him with it now, he doesn't have it at the beginning of his next turn.
Ah,
It's coming up.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna move down here and do, you said it's a medicine check, Jay?
Yeah, medicine DC 13.
Nice.
So that'll be your action.
That's a 16
All right, you patch up those wounds.
on Schmax there.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks, man.
So I will say it's coming up on 11 o'clock on the East Coast. I don't think we're going to wrap this up in just a couple minutes because these guys are pretty tough. So should we push on 15, 30 minutes or should we just put a pin in it?
Let's just put it in. Yeah.
We
Let's
can
come back
stop
next week.
here.
Okay, great. And I think y'all are good at keeping track of like your hit points and the spells and things you've used. So
So it's going to be on J number 1 is going to be where we start the
Yeah.
round
Right.
back up.
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
these guys have abilities I forgot about. So apparently they
great.
have
Oh, great.
advantage. They have advantage
Ooh.
on saving throws against spells, and I totally forgot that. So
Oh,
I have to remember that next week.
Ooh.
well, that'll cancel out the fact that I made them all invisible behind the wall.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
So mid action.
Is this spell actually useful?
Good
Okay.
deal. Okay.
All right.
Good
Thanks,
one, Jake.
All right.
Thanks,
We'll
Good
guys.
night,
see,
guys.
we'll see where this
Thanks,
picks up
guys.
next week.
All right.
I'm excited for y'all to get in the waterworks.
Same.
Hope we make it.
We could tell by the way you stopped us cold right as we were about to get there.
Oh, come on. Five demons against the octopodemos.
I know.
They hit me pretty hard. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I wasn't looking. How did people? I did know that you run out in front, man. That's the risk you take. How are people doing?
I was in a fog cloud. I was walking. I was sauntering. It was
Yeah, here's the thing about a fog cloud against these guys.
I see through it.
apparently
It didn't seem to slow them down.
did
Nope.
not. All right. Very good.
All right,
All right. Thanks, Jay.
see ya.
All right.
Bye, guys.
I don't.
Adios.